Hi, Ellie. This is Sissy Wickes. Thank you so much for supporting Clinics for a Cause and for sending this beautiful video of you and Paper Trail. So my first impressions of you, and I talk a lot about how first impressions are so important for a judge. We do watch you come in. We do take note of how the horse has turned out and how the rider has turned out and what their demeanor is in terms of confidence and um, just overall preparedness. And I will tell you that my first impression of you is that is a beautiful horse. You do a nice job coming into the ring. You present yourself well. You're very well turned out. He is impeccably turned out. He's fat and slick, and he's really a beautiful, beautiful horse. He's a good mover. So as you trot into the ring, I'm thinking this might be a good one. You pick up your canter, and your ride to the first jump is really what I hope to see in every single round. So you set your pace past the in gate, and you just keep your foot on the gas a little bit until you see where you are, and you ride up to that first jump just beautifully. And again, I think this sets the tempo for the round. It gets my attention, and I think, wow, this is one I really want to watch. The horse gives you a lovely jump. He pulls his belly up, which I love. He uses his head and neck. I mean, all the things that I think a hunter should do. You jump into to the first line, the second jump. He looks down a little bit at it, which doesn't bother me. But then he gets to that oxer just a little bit gappy. So the third jump would be the oxer out of the first line. And I'm not sure if he looked down at the vertical and just kind of lost his momentum a little bit, but I'd like to see you have ridden up more to that oxer coming down that diagonal so that he gets there earlier and isn't quite as desperate behind to get across it. So then you make a left-hand turn and you go to the line on the far end of the ring. I love your mother's commentating. I assume that's your mother. It's so adorable. You're a little deep into that line, and he jumps just a little plainer coming out. So just a little bit deep into the outside line, a little bit deep into the in of the in and out, and then jumps out beautifully. So what I'm seeing is that he needs probably more support to the verticals so that he jumps up a bit more to you. He just is so brilliant over the oxers, and by comparison, the vertical looked a little plain coming into the line and a little plain at the in. So again, you didn't miss or anything. It's just that it looked deep and he wasn't quite as brilliant. So now you're coming past the tent to the last line. Same thing. I think you could have held him off that vertical a little bit more, just supported his front end a little bit more, and then he gives you a beautiful jump on his oxer coming out the last jump. So I think that my recommendation to you, first of all, let me compliment you on the horse and compliment you on your style. You do a great job with him. My recommendation would be to just try to balance him a little bit more coming into the line. He looks like a quiet horse, and he just loses his shape a little bit into the verticals, and the oxers, which impress him more, he jumps out of beautifully. So good job. I hope I get to see him in person. He's a very impressive horse, and I hope that this commentary has helped you and you get back in the show ring soon. Thank you.